Hey all, so picking up on session 2 of the Family Information Guide. So we covered the transition and the importance of an effective transition to keep the emotional tie-in between, again, the three-part Child Safe program. So we left off with the question of, John, Mary, if you did die yesterday, what would be the biggest concern you'd leave behind for Joni and Brian and Eileen tonight? All right. And whatever the answer may be, school, clothing, the house, X, Y, whatever their answer is, we're gonna go with, you know what? That's exactly what a lot of the other members had said. This is gonna make sure that that's taken care of properly. All right. Let me show you what we're talking about. And now we're gonna get into the guide. All right. So they should really want to be, locked in and loaded. Excuse me, 1 second. They should be locked in and loaded to see what's inside this thing. So as we open it up, guys, I won't spend too much time on this. The first few things are very self-explanatory. All right, so John, Mary, the first section here is your vital statistics and historical data. That's all the important information that your kids are going to need for any insurance claim and death certificate to be issued. Okay, so make sure you have that written down. Veterans information, if they're a vet, thank them. All right, let them know what they're entitled to. If you're not sure, guys, I'm going to send out a link. Deb Small is amazing at this, but they get right around, I want to say, $280 right now. A flag, a letter from the president, a gun salute or a trumpet salute. We just attended a veteran's funeral, this past Sunday for Duron Oldham. And we'll send you the link to exactly what they get. They'll get a burial at a veteran cemetery, but those are few and far in between and can cause the family to travel miles and hours just to get to that. So most don't pick that, but we'll do another, and I'll send out the link for that. Your spouse vital statistics. So John, you're going to put Mary's on here. Mary, you'll put John's on here, and then the kids will have both either which way. Persons to be notified. This is not for the obvious people, obvious aunts, uncles that you talk to a lot, relatives that are nearby. This is more for, we want you to list people that your kids wouldn't know to call, that you would absolutely want notified. Folks you work with, they're not aware of, old college friends, just so they're not turning the house upside down or, catching grief later that, oh, wow, nobody told me about this. All right, so we want to alleviate that burden and pressure from the children there. Person to be in charge of final arrangements. Again, not the obvious. So Mary, we're not going to put you down for John. John, we're not going to put you down for Mary. John, let me ask you, should you and Mary die together? Okay, for, if that were to happen, who would then be responsible to step up and take charge of the arrangements? And if you're not aware of that, let's think about it. Let's get somebody down. And if you are aware of it, the question then becomes, are they aware of it? And let's do this. If you haven't sponsored them, I'm going to write them down right now. And we want to make sure, if they would be in charge of your arrangements, it's to assume that you'd be involved in theirs. So let's get one of these out there to them as well and make sure we're all on the same page with that. And now you have yourself a quality referral, not like a backdoored referral. It's a quality referral to go talk to that person. Now here's where it gets important towards closing. Your last will and testament. Rookie mistake. Do you have a will? That's a rookie mistake, guys. Don't be an amateur. Don't be a rookie. Be a student to become a professional. All right, so the question we're going to ask here is, John, Mary, when's the last time you updated your will? All right, if you guys are with me, you're listening to me, I want you to repeat this with me. Ready? When's the last time you updated your will? Again, this is an assumptive close. As a professional, I am assuming that they've been responsible and they've set this up or not. I'm putting them up on a pedestal of responsibility. And so if they have not done it, and I ask, when's the last time you've updated it? They're forced to take themselves off that pedestal just a little bit, okay? And people, guys, if you study human behavior, people want to live up to the expectations that have been set of them by their peers and people they respect. And so if we put them on this pedestal, when's the last time you updated it? And they haven't, they've knocked themselves off that pedestal a little bit, and they're going to want to fight to get back up in your eyes. So understand the sales psychology of this if you haven't been doing this properly. All right? If they have one, awesome. thank them. That's really awesome. You've done that for your family. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill in this information, where it is, who's the executor, so they have that in place. If they don't have one, John, Mary, when's the last time you updated your will? And they don't have one, all right? We're going to ask again very calmly. All right, any reason for that? And they'll probably say, I don't have anything, or we haven't thought about it. And this is where, guys, we're on a child safe appointment. And this is where we start to get real serious and open up the doors for closing. We're gonna ask them, guys, let me ask you right now, if you did die, and both of you did die, who would you want to take care of Joan and Brian? And they may give you an answer, and they might not give you an answer, and we'll figure it out. Either which way, we're going to then proceed to, let me ask you, so right now that you're saying ideally you'd like, your sister Rachel to take care of them. Let me ask you, who does the state of Massachusetts feel and see fit that they should be taken care of by? We don't know. It might be Rachel. We don't know. But if you don't have a will or something in writing for this, for the kids, they can be put into foster care and state custody until the state figures out who they should best be with. And is that something you even want in the realm of possibility when it comes to your children? No. So do you see why it's so important to get this filled out for just that reason alone? Awesome. What we could do in the meantime is on the back, we'll write down, and you'll write down, should we both die while our children are underage, we would like so-and-so to take care of them. All right? And you'll get it notarized. Your bank should do it at no cost for you, or if you go to town hall, it's a few bucks, but you'll get it notarized. And this will be an official living will, for that event, which is better than what you have now, which is, nothing, right? And so now, guys, this is not just some sheet of paper. This is real value. This is valuable. And the information you're providing is valuable. You're now becoming a trusted advisor, not some fly-by-night insurance agent. All right, so I want you to take that really seriously. And then now we're getting to the estate section. We'll leave off here. So when it comes to the estate section, right, we had asked them earlier, what would be your biggest concern if you had died last night for the family today? So when we get to the estate information, throw out your rookie and your amateur stuff. All right, we're going to be, again, a trusted professional advisor. And we're going to start off by asking, or letting them know rather, your estate information. This is the most important section on here regarding the concern you told me about, which was what again? Right, your kid's having money for XYZ. This is going to make sure that that's handled. Okay? Next rookie mistake. Do you have life insurance? Guys, remember me on your shoulder for this. Do not be a rookie, do not be an amateur and come out and say, do you have life insurance? Again, assumptive advisors. So this is the most important section for the concern you said regarding the kids, which was your mortgage, I believe, right, in education. This is going to take care of that, okay? This is where you're going to list all the life insurance policies and all the companies you have them with. All right, you're going to list each policy, the company that you have it with, each policy number, and each policy amount. And so again, I'm insinuating right now that not only do I expect them to have insurance already for these concerns, but I expect them to have multiple policies through different companies. Okay? And that's going to avoid the I already have insurance. I'm letting them know they should. Okay? And now we're going to revisit your group coverage. We leave that blank. As we covered before, the reason the police unions work with us in the first place is, yes, they have coverage, but when you're no longer part of the group, what's going to happen? Right, it's going to be all but nullified or decreased dramatically. So we leave that amount blank because the likelihood of it being there is slim to none. So we don't want families, and I'm sure you understand that, you don't want your kids relying on thinking that money's absolutely going to be there. Does that make sense? Awesome. In fact, 97% of all life insurance money that's paid out comes from policies that people, owned and controlled, like yourself, who are responsible enough to have it. All right. Now, the major issue then is you've probably heard the commercials about, findmassmoney.gov, findmainmoney.gov. Millions and millions and millions of dollars of life insurance monies go uncollected every year because families were responsible enough to have it, but then the families didn't know where it was, who it was with, anything. Okay, and we're talking about the biggest concerns you'd have. So let's do this. Since this is the most important thing for the kids on here for that concern, let's fill this out together just while we're talking about it and while we're here. Let me ask you, John, who's the first company that you have coverage with for your concerns? All right, and now if they have nothing, we're essentially doing our needs analysis. All right, any reason for that? If they have something, all right, great. Do you have the policy number? No. Can you go grab it real quick? And now we have an opportunity to, again, service them, be a true trusted advisor, let them know what they have, and then how much it's for, and then we're going to get into, and what's the purpose of that? If you died yesterday, what would the family, and what should they be spending that specific policy on? All right, we'll make a note of it in the column. All right, who's the next company and next policy you have? Really, any reason for that? Okay, so those concerns are legit concerns then in this case, you'd say. Okay, all right. And there, guys, now you have a quality presentation. You're adding value. You're bridging the gap between child safety kit, physical protection, and really helping them understand the importance of this family information guide and bridging the emotional security the kids will need for all the overwhelming things they're going to be responsible for. And you've collected your information, created a need for more coverage, and now that's going to take you to wrapping up your family information guide and going to what we're going to do. I'm just going to play a video. It's just going to go over the certain types of coverages people obtain at certain stages of life. And now you have a really nice smooth transition into the family care plan, and everything from that point on is going to be the same exact thing you're doing with your unions. Okay, and now you have synergy, now you have a quality presentation, now you're off and running to smashing the Child Safe Initiative and building your business consistently. Guys, there's no business like Child Safe. People die every 3.8 seconds and kids are born every like 2.9 seconds. So we always have a market when we master our Child Safe Initiative. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you listen to it. And more than anything, I hope you study it and execute it and implement it and become a master of this. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Any other help, advice, anything you guys need, let us know. We'll keep these videos coming.